Okay, Romans chapter 5. I want you to read verse 8 through 10.
But God
Commanded.
His love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Much more than being now justified by His blood, he shall be saved from
Wrath.
through him.
This is a good one right here.
For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of His Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by His life.
Okay. I want to ask you something. Okay. I'm going to ask Tucker. He's 13 years old. Okay? Right? Well, I guarantee you he can answer this. In verse 10 it says, for even when we were enemies, in other words, when I was on the bad side of God, okay, I was about to get His wrath. That's what we was talking about up there. It says, for when I was an enemy, and I was then reconciled to God by the death of His Son. Reconciled means to be forgiven, to be let in. Okay? By His Son. The death of His Son. So God forgive me and let me in, even though I was an enemy. Why? That's what it said right there. Hey, he read it on up there. Did you see it? But God commended His love toward us in that yet while we were yet sinners. You understand that? Doesn't matter what you do. Okay? If by the death of His Son you'll be reconciled to Him. He's saying, I'm going to give you a shot. I don't want you to be my enemy. I don't want you to be my enemy. I don't want you on the other side. I want you to be reconciled today. I want you to look at all the times that you could have been on the bad side, on the wrong side. You could have done those things that hurt Christianity, that led people astray. Right now, I want you to put all that behind you. I want you to be reconciled. I want you to be forgiven through the cross of Calvary. We say, well, I'm saved. I'm always forgiven. Yeah, that's true. You are forgiven. But there's still between you and God. There's something there. That wrong is still there. You need to come to God and ask for forgiveness. You understand? You don't just, it's important enough that you come to God and you say, you know what, I want to rededicate my life. I want to start over. I want to get all this out of the way and start afresh with you. That's how important it is. You don't just leave it up and say, well, I'm still going to be in heaven. You're going to be an enemy here on earth. I don't want that. I don't want to be an enemy of God. I don't want anything between us. You understand that? I don't want anything between us. Today, He says you can be reconciled to me. You can be forgiven. All that can be put aside, put away. No longer be an enemy. But by the death of His Son, to believe in that. And asking Him just plain out today, Lord, forgive me for the example I have been, for the things that I've done. And Lord, I pray today that You'll reconcile me, that You'll rededicate me. You'll take my life and let me start all over with You today. And let me be the example I should be. You know what? I went to Brother Hall's funeral. Probably one of the greatest funerals I've been to. I hate to say it like that. I mean, it was because I left there thinking, man, this man had a story. His life was a story. I mean, his life, the things that he did, the things that God blessed him with, the things that God allowed him to do with very little education, put him in all these spots. And Mr. Hall was able to be that example. When his life was over, he had so much left behind that told you who he was. I thought when I leave, I was going down the road, I was like, man, I hope. I hope when I leave, I've got a story. I hope somebody can stand up there and say, look at all these things that God did for him. Because he wasn't out there in left field. He wasn't an enemy of God. He was somebody that gave an example for God. Somebody can stand up there and say, look at how blessed this guy was. Look how blessed this guy was. Look at head bowed.